Hello, this is Dr. Heidi Horsley, Executive Director for the Open to Hope Foundation. And I'm here today with a very good friend of mine, Steve Roberts, and we've known each other for many years. And Steve's beautiful daughter, Kelsey, was murdered when she was, 11 years old, Steve?
11 years old.
And this is her picture. And I love your Remember Kelsey. And I want to say something about Steve. Here he's had his only child murdered. And he has gone on to find hope. He is such a positive person. He keeps his daughter's memory alive every day, and he is a lifeline to so many who don't think they're going to survive. And Steve, I want to know, how have you taken this journey out of the darkness?
Well, my first TCF conference was actually 10 years ago in Dearborn, Michigan, and I had reluctance going because I was going there by myself. No surviving children, going through a divorce at the time. It was actually my ex-wife who murdered Kelsey. So I was arriving in a city I'd never been to before, to a conference I'd never attended, seeing the signboards with all the pictures of the children in pretty right off the lobby, and I'm thinking, I don't belong here, I shouldn't be here. But I knew that I needed to be there, and actually attended a workshop on homicide and later on a sharing session for specifically homicide survivors of their children. And it was actually a week before the murder trial, so I learned a lot during that first conference that I made connections there that I felt like I needed to do this to kind of find some hope for myself, because early on I didn't know where to go for hope or help, or other than a grief counselor on occasion.
Which is understandable. I mean, not only was your beautiful 11-year-old murdered, but she was murdered by your wife, who's now your ex-wife.
Yes.
And what kind of things helped you? I mean, it's amazing that you've taken this journey and that you're such a public figure for, victims of murder, and that you've been so hopeful. What has helped you?
Well, initially attending the workshops, the conferences, grief counseling, support groups, TCF support group in my local community, reading quite a bit, journaling. That was recommended by my grief counselor, which I'm very grateful for that, because it helped me process a lot of thoughts that I was carrying in my head, which were preventing me from focusing on things I really needed to focus on. So putting it on paper was somewhat therapeutic for me. I then began jogging a little bit, and then found out about 5K runs, which I had not participated in before Kelsey's death. And so as a result of that, I had a special t-shirt made up with Remember Kelsey on it. I have a wristband on it, obviously.
I love it, and I love your arms. And what do your arms say?
It says,
Remember Kelsey.
Yes.
And you do remember Kelsey?
Her spirit is with me every day. And in fact, one of the things I wanted to mention was the coins from Kelsey, because in random places, I find random coins, and unexpectedly, an example was actually this morning. I went for an early morning jog with 5 other bereaved parents, and we met in the lobby. We had a pre-run photograph taken. We were out by the fountain, and I looked down and there's a penny. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, Kelsey's with us even here. And during the run, one of the front runners actually found a nickel, and she said, well, this represents the other 5 that are with you today. So she gave me the nickel as well.
For everybody out there that has had a loss, remember that Steve has made it. He has gone on to find hope. And if Steve and I can make it, you can too. Just lean on our hope until you find your own. Thank you, Steve. And this is Dr. Heidi Horsley, Open to Hope.